Now, ever since the debut of the 50th anniversary of SNL and how it really sparked tons of backlash due to Tom Hanks and his portrayal of a Trump supporter, and how that truly backfired on his career to the point that he had to disable comments on Instagram. I believe it is still disabled as far as I know things. The last time that I checked, comments were still disabled over there. You guys can fill us in if you would like to, but what's interesting about all of this has a lot to do with the fact that NBC, alright, the very program, or the very studio that runs the program, SNL, is also getting a lot of flack, getting a lot of backlash and pushback after what Tom Hanks did on live television. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. So we all know that Tom Hanks is getting backlash that we have never seen before in his entire career. Now, it's so bad to the point, like I pointed out before, that he had to do some form of action on his Instagram account by disabling comments and doing things here and there. But moving onwards, we have a lot more to go over with when it comes to Robert De Niro, who is now getting in on the conversation when it comes down to the whole Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary drama and backlash going along with it. Let's discuss. Now, we already know that Robert De Niro says by far the most illogical things out there, and he says probably one of the worst comments, you could ever expect from an actor within Hollywood, within the film industry. That's why nobody cares about Robert De Niro. Nobody cares about his upcoming show, Zero Day, which is quite fitting because a lot of people do call him Robert De Zero. And we also have his upcoming mobster film by Warner Brothers in March called The Alto Knights. Already test screenings are failing with that film, and we have a lot more to talk about that as well in the coming days. However, ever since the SNL 50th anniversary took place and how it created so much backlash toward Tom Hanks for doing his skit as a Trump supporter, one monumental development going on now involves more to do with Robert De Niro and what he had to say toward the backlash that Tom Hanks is getting right now after the SNL 50th anniversary. Now, De Niro delivered the following while promoting his series Zero Day and his film The Alto Knights. Don't you all see how immature Trump supporters are? I mean, just look at how they reacted to one of the best programs of all time on live television, SNL. I think we struck a nerve, my friends, and it just shows you how far his supporters are willing to go to make us out to be the bad guys, to make us out to be the villains. What Tom was forced to go through was something he absolutely did not deserve. He told the truth, and he told it like it is. He did it the right way through comedy, and it really seems like that we have a case here of the hard truth hitting MAGA Republicans that just can't take a dose of reality right now. They just can't do it. Just like the man Trump himself, who is an arrogant child. What Mr. Hanks did on live television was brilliant. This was a major win for SNL, where they finally were able to call out Trump supporters for who they really are and how they act. They are nothing but immature crybabies that can take a little bit of comedy about how they act in the real world, and how they really are with their political beliefs. This, my friends, is exactly why cinema and television is struggling right now, and it's all rooted from Trump supporters, who are very loud and vocal and opinionated toward the many great actors of our time, like Tom Hanks, in the complex and grueling business that we sacrifice our time to provide the best entertainment that we can. And what does Tom get? A bunch of know-it-all critics who believe that Trump is a king, who believes the Democrats and those that oppose Trump's views are not to belong on television or in the film industry. And it's appalling behavior. So guys, let me just stop here. Now, Robert De Niro obviously spews such nonsense like this all the time. The reason why he's talking more than normal lately is that he is on a press tour for everything related to the Alto Knights and for his show Zero Day, and just how he's trying to really get back into his acting career. He's trying to become more relevant, so to speak, at his age. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think anybody's going to care about Zero Day or the Alto Knights, especially the Alto Knights, I must add, because that's already failing internally over at Warner Brothers. We have a whole lot to talk about that. That is going to be a whole big thing there that we will be going over in the next week or two, so stay tuned for that. But focusing on this in isolation, he's already defending Tom Hanks. Alright, this was so obvious right from the get-go. We all knew that this was coming, not a big shocker there. Not shocking at all, just like how it wasn't with Jimmy Kimmel defending Tom Hanks. We all knew that was coming as well. But Robert De Niro, it really seems like that he can't give up being so loud to the general public. He likes to say that MAGA, or those that follow Trump, are very loud, opinionated, vocal, and quite frankly toxic, as he puts it. That's how he sees it, and he's that very thing, essentially, is what he is. He never learns when to actually say, am I giving out a fair opinion, or am I just going on another rant? He doesn't think before he says things, and that is typical Robert De Niro, alright? And this is exactly why his career is floundering. Nobody cares about his upcoming material, nor his past material. I mean, I know a lot of people out there, a lot of people out there, that are fans of Robert De Niro, that are now no longer fans of him, that will not even watch The Godfather Part 2, Raging Bull, or among other movies like Heat. I mean, it's really that bad. But moving onwards, he goes on to continue. When I was filming The Alto Nights and Zero Day, I felt it was quite fitting to really involve so many aspects of our politics and how they are so flawed today. MAGA Republicans can't find anything funny. Even when it comes to a comedic program like SNL mocking them on live television, they lack having a sense of humor. If they wanted, they could have laughed at themselves and took it like men and real women, but they didn't. Instead, they yell at us and call us names and push these false narratives that are so outlandish that I don't even know what to say anymore. I have said this before, but I don't recognize my country anymore. This is no longer a land of common sense. It is a land of chaos and a presidency that holds no control or does not actually embrace any rules. I commend Tom for what he did on SNL to wake up so many Americans of how the MAGA movement is just as toxic as it was displayed on SNL. And to add to that, this is why in the end I think more Americans will realize that they were duped by this man. Now, he's saying this man as in President Donald J. Trump. We all know that Robert De Niro has a very big grudge with Trump, alright? To the point where it really comes across as an actual issue, mentally speaking, alright? The things that he says, the way that he says them, how long he says them, it just goes to show you that Trump is living rent-free in Robert De Niro's head. That's just how it is. And look, anyone can have their own view of politics, especially here in this actual post. That's perfectly fine below in the comments. That's all fair. And that's how it should be. Everyone should respect other people's views, as well as it's not really so crazy and outlandish and ridiculous behavior like Robert De Niro's, right? That's where it really becomes, very vivid, that they just want to spew out their anger, they want to take it out on others, and that's how it is. So again, did I like SNL's 50th anniversary, skit featuring Tom Hanks? Absolutely not. I did not like it one bit. I thought it was a disgrace. But some followers, even of Trump, liked the skit, and that's fine. People are gonna find things funny for different reasons. Other people are gonna be offended by that, and that's just how the world works, alright? You're not gonna change other people's minds out there. But what's interesting about this, again, is that Tom Hanks is indeed getting a lot of flack for this. He's losing fans, millions upon millions of fans. He forgot that well over 80 million people are fans of Tom Hanks that are now no longer fans of him. But overall, I would like to hear what everyone has to say about all of this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.